Gerard gripped his hand over her wrist, and her spine, always rigid, straightened more. He didn't have time to analyse the lass's emotions and glanced at Ogleton. The man wove his way through the dancers, and his 2 full lips arched up further, scrunching his unpleasant face. Tension shot through Gerard's body, and he tightened his fists with a vigour he was accustomed to only showing when boxing. He was not going to succumb in some stuffy ballroom amongst absurd amounts of crystal, foppish gentry, and lassies attired in too many ruffles. Lady Cordelia wriggled from his grasp, but he clasped his hand over her. The piano thundered, and the string instruments joined a few beats later, but she turned away.
"I admire your eagerness, but the starting point for the dance is in that direction."
Her eyes widened in a manner that would be pleasing on any other woman. Prickly Englishwomen were absolutely not supposed to intrigue him. London swarmed with marriage-calculating chits, and there was no need to devote attention to the Ice Queen who bestowed questionable advice to them, especially not when said Ice Queen happened to be the sole surviving offspring of the Duke of Belmont. Of all the women in the world to be stuck with, he had to have chosen her. His eyes drifted to the other wallflowers, chattering chits who would have blushed demurely at the prospect of having him dance with them. He flashed a smile at the curmudgeon older members of the gentry and the tittering younger ones, and then turned his attention on the English lass beside him.
"Lady Cordelia, I am the type of man reputations are built on. Surely yours will also last a few minutes longer, even if you are dancing with me."
Her eyebrows soared upward, and he held her hand properly this time. He wrapped his fingers around hers, absent-mindedly noting the elegant shape, apparent even under the stiff lace of her gloves. But then no one ever faulted Lady Cordelia's appearance. It was the personality that prompted all the problems. For a moment he thought she would protest again, but as more people thronged about them, her face switched to an icy elegance, the kind normally seen in classical sculptures. They strode through the ballroom, and some of the guests pointed in astonishment. A few women gave derogatory glances at his muddied boots, and he winked at them, enjoying the manner in which their eyes widened and their mouths gaped open before he strode past them. Their accents were thick, and their attire, though tolerable, lacked the flourish of Lady Cordelia's gown. He leaned toward her.
"I never took you for a country bumpkin."
"The location is temporary."
"I rather thought women like you only condescended to grace the more removed counties of the region when London is abandoned in the autumn."
Her face stiffened, though her steps remained immaculate, as if no statement could fetter the years of training she'd undertaken to become a debutante. Behind her he glimpsed Ogleton gesturing toward one of the balconies. Gerard almost laughed. The man was mad to think he would venture anywhere alone with him. He glanced at her. The woman was elegant, he would grant her that. The other guests whispered, not bothering to hide their open gossip.
"Aye, this is our second dance,"
Gerard announced to some of them, and the shade of Lady Cordelia's cheeks transformed from pink to a more unusual magenta. He'd almost thought her incapable of emotion, and he struggled to remove his gaze from her. He cleared his throat and addressed the others.
"In fact, neither Lady Cordelia nor I have danced with anyone else tonight."
This statement brought actual murmurs from the crowd. Perhaps he should feel some guilt at besmirching her reputation. But then he recalled that the woman had accepted offers for marriage easily, provided the offer came coupled with wealth and a title. She encapsulated the worst of the Ton's qualities. "You shouldn't be wearing boots," one of the bolder ladies announced.
"I do apologise,"
he said lightly. His lips twitched.
"Fortunately, my dance partner does not care."
"Ah," an older gentleman said. "A woman who does not criticise a man's attire. You found yourself a keeper." The violins hummed, joined shortly by the cello and viola, and the first dancers pranced to the best of their rhythmic capability between the lines of guests. "You should not imply I hold any affection for you," Lady Cordelia said.
"It's amusing."
"People—" She hesitated. "People will believe you. Words matter, and they'll think you mean to propose." He stumbled and bumped into a dancer. He stuttered an apology and fought to respond.
"I assure you that marriage with you is a thought that could not be further from my mind."
Her face stiffened, and he continued on.
"Fighting the French would be preferable to a marriage with you."
"Then it is a pity Bonaparte is no longer threatening to invade our shores." Her voice wobbled, and her long black lashes swooped downward with a rapidity that made him regret his statement.